Francis, in yesterday's meditation, you were saying that body has its own wisdom. Uh, can you elaborate a little bit more on that, please?
The body is an extraordinary system. When you think of the incredible adaptability of the body, I mean, the surgeon cuts the body, removes an organ, and the body compensates, fixes the damage. I mean, it's absolutely extraordinary. This is the intelligence, because the intelligence of the body is everywhere. In every cell there is intelligence. So that's what I mean. That's why this intelligence of the body goes way beyond the mind. Imagine our liver, the way it processes all the chemicals. You ingest a poisonous substance, the liver immediately analyzes it, produces the chemicals that are necessary to annihilate this bad substance, then sends all of that to the trash via the kidneys. I mean, it's extraordinary. It's an extraordinary system that the mind, compared to the body, is only a small amount. You see what I mean? What would it take for the mind to determine, okay, this poison is this, chemically, and then I have to create this counter poison, and then in this amount precisely. And I mean, it's the body does that effortlessly, instantaneously. And that's for that reason that the mind, being such a gross tool, if you will, with regard to the body, that the body is better left alone with its own innate intelligence to repair the damage. The mind somehow has been a contributor to the creation of the mess. You see? So what the mind can do is to stop creating the mess. And the mess is to believe I am a separate person. But once the mind has stopped creating the mess, then the mind shouldn't try to keep managing the body. It should surrender the body to the space. It should give the body its freedom back. And then the body will take care of everything just fine.
Yeah, the reason for this is looks like, the body seems to be a very humble tool comparing to mind, but mind tries to have a wrapper around the body in this process.
Like the mind tries to control the body, but with the understanding that I am kind of trying to share, then the mind has a power also to refrain from controlling. To, whenever it tries to control, say, oh no, let's have now a hands-off policy with regard to the body. And since it's more natural to let the body do its job, to delegate, you see, it's more natural, then the mind gradually will stop trying to micromanage the body, trying to interfere.
Thanks, Francis. I have one more question. Yesterday we talked about the process where you go to a state of unknown and you be there in that equilibrium state, then the divine takes place, or divine action takes place. So in this process, where does surrender fits in? Does surrender happens along the process, then the realization comes in, or how can you equate those three unknown: surrendering, and also being in the state of not knowing.
There are two steps to the sadhana. One is to prepare for the revelation. And this preparation is accomplished through the self-enquiry, which is the undoing, in a sense, or the deconstruction of the belief systems that are consistent with us being a separate entity. Up until we really don't know, we just total state of not knowing. And then in this non-knowing, the piece of the background reveals itself. And then the second part of the sadhana is to be established in this piece, meaning that, as Atmananda puts it, thoughts don't take it away, feelings don't take it away, sense perceptions don't take it away. And a desire, don't take it away, you see. Fear. My teacher was telling the story that in the 1950s in France, he had Tibetan monks come to France. You know, he organized for them, and they were in Paris, and they were visiting Paris, and in their walk through Paris, they reached this part of Paris where there are all these nightclubs, strip club, whatever. And the monks they became extremely agitated. You know, they were coming from their mountains, and so my teacher was telling the story always with a big smile. That's the suppression. The point was that the suppression of desire is not always the fastest way to peace. You see?
So Francis, in this process, as one seeks this journey, does the dream state provide some sort of a barometer or indicator on the proximity to the divine? Because I feel like sometimes the dream can reveal.
Yes, the dreams will change.
Yeah.
It's not that you are not going to dream, but the
Yeah.
dream become more
Subtle.
and there is more perfume in them. In other words, you meet people in dreams that are extremely friendly, you know, they are sweet. You know, it's very different.
Thank you, Francis.